is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. Well, it's good, YouTube. Continuing my top five at their position. We're going to do small forwards as we already have done point guards, shooting guards, and a prediction for the teams and for the top 8 teams of each conference. This one was a little bit more easier and not as good just because, like I said, with guys like Kevin Durant missing the entire season, he won't be on here. They said Klay Thompson going to play the 3. He won't be on here because he won't be here playing majority of the season. Over half the season will be over before he play. You look at guys like Paul George, he no longer plays the small forward position because Kawhi Leonard's going to play that. Giannis has moved to the 4 position, so he's no longer counted as a small forward. And with all that being said, you're not really left with that many great small forwards when all the injuries and all the positional changes have been done. And even though the number 1 isn't surprising and the number 2 isn't surprising, the rest, I guess we're going to have to see how they perform because they're not elite players, but they still are some of the best players in the world, regardless of position. But when you think top 5, you think about the best players in the entire league, top 15, top 20. Some of these guys are not there yet. They potentially could be there, and they do have bright spots at that position still, even though injuries and positional changes messed this list up. Um, I'll get right into it. Number 5, Luka Doncic. He's 6'8". It looks like he's going to play small forward, and Tim Hardaway and them going to take chances at that shooting guard position. I think it's good. It gives them another shooter that can play with Luka Doncic. He's a guy that can handle the ball, create plays, and he needs to work in space when he has the ball. So I think it is good to have some guys that can shoot, some guys that can, play, make, and run the offense and not rely so much on Luka. Because we seen that at the end of the season, they really needed Luka to be great for them to win games. And it just didn't happen because he was a rookie. He was great. He did his best. He tried, but his efficiency went down. His points went up because he was used more and he had more opportunities. But he has more help with Porzingis. He has more help with some guys on that perimeter that can knock down shots. I think it really does depend on the consistency from his teammates and how prepared they're going to be. And that's why I said Dallas, I don't have them in the playoffs because do I trust Porzingis to stay healthy? A little bit. Do I trust the whole team? No. I trust Luka. I kind of trust Porzingis, but I don't trust anybody else on this Dallas Maverick team when it comes to winning and playing in big games. And in the West, playing against the best teams, it's not going to be easy. And Luka, to me, he's gonna have a step forward. He's gonna have more confidence. He's gonna be a lot more comfortable. He's gonna be able to, make the game his game. And I think that's gonna be important. So 5th isn't that bad, but when you look at what he did last year, how he ended the season, and how he's gonna be utilized this season, he might move up, but I can't go until I really see it. But for what he has done right now, he's 5th. 4th, Tobias Harris, he was able to average 20 points. I think the best thing about Tobias Harris is the efficiency. Yeah, he played on some decent teams and some great coaches, but I feel like Tobias really continues to work on his game. He has gotten better each and every season. He's a guy that can knock down shots from mid-range. He can knock down shots from 3. He showed his ability to play in the pick and roll. He shows that he can be a guy that can play off the ball. He shows a guy that also is unselfish. He doesn't need to take every shot. He doesn't need to get his stats for his team to win, for him to be effective. He's comfortable taking over a game, and he's also comfortable letting guys like Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid and Josh Richardson do their thing if that's what they need him to do. But he's a shot maker. He's a shot taker. And he's a guy that has evolved and developed into one of the better players. He would have been an all-star to me if they had a better record. But he was borderline. And when I look at Philly, they're going to need somebody to really helped them on the perimeter. He had averaged 20. He didn't play as well with Philly because he was like the third or fourth option, depending on how you look at it. This year, he's going to be a max player with a lot of expectations, and they're going to need some perimeter help. And I think that he's going to be that guy to do it. That's why they paid him the money. He has the work ethic. He has the touch. He has the size. He can play multiple positions, so that gives him more chances to get minutes and be in different lineups. And he's a guy that if you give him the ball, he can get you a bucket. Will he be able to live up to the contract in the clutch? Will he be able to live up to the contract in the postseason? I don't know, but I'm going based off last season, and I'm going based off coming into the season and what he has done so far in his career. I like Tobias Harris. I think he can play, and I think that he's going to really be an all-star this year. If he can give you 20 points plus or close to it in the East and they winning, which they should because they got a great team, then he's going to be an all-star. If he sacrifice too much and become more of a role player or a third option, he might not make the All Star team because we've seen what happened to him with the Clippers. But if he really takes the stand that he did last year, and they're going to need him to do that because they don't really have that much perimeter shooting and scoring and ability to make plays, I think Tobias Harris can be an All Star this year. Number three, Jimmy Butler. I think he's going to be moved to the three. He did that when he was in Minnesota. He basically did that in Philly. He is a legitimate 6'8". He usually guards the best players, but usually guards on wings anyway. He isn't the defender that he once was, but I give him a pass because he had the double knee surgery, so that takes a lot out of you. Plus, you gotta get back in the shape, and you also gotta adjust to his new team, which was Philly. He gets traded, and next thing you know, you got to play with a whole different team, whole different system. And he stepped up in the playoffs when it mattered most. I think he just need to make his 3-point shot a little bit more consistent. I feel like he take a lot of tough threes, and I feel like he jacks up a couple ones that he shouldn't, and that hurts his percentage. But I still think Jimmy Butler is a guy that's an alpha. He knows how to play. He's not scared of anybody. He's not scared to guard anybody. He works hard, and he loves the game of basketball. And he's one of my favorite players in the league. And I think Miami, they're going to need him to be a superstar. They're going to need him to carry the offense. They're going to need him to make plays. They're going to need him to take over. And I think he wants that. You know, he knows he's the only all-star on his team. He knows he's the best player on his team coming into this camp. And I think that he's going to look at that as motivation. He's going to look at that as a chance to prove himself. He missed the all-star team. He missed the all-NBA team. I think he can put his mark and get back to both of those teams this year. I just hope he stay healthy, and I want to see. I had the Heat making the playoffs, and it was mainly because how great Jimmy Butler is. And if he can get them to the playoffs and he can play his 20-point game and get his assists and play great defense and go out there and compete with Eric Spoelstra, I think that he'd be good. So I think he's going to be number three. Number two, LeBron James. I still have him number two. He's still athletic, still knows the game. He's a pass first guy, a guy that's very unselfish, but he knows when to take over. He knows when to exploit his matchups, and he knows how to make the right plays. And he has been doing that his whole career, even though he had a down year, missed the playoffs for the first time of his career in years. Um, he has a guy that can really make his job a lot easier. He has the floor spacing to really get to where he wants on the court, and he's going to be able to do whatever he feels like, honestly. So I think LeBron is still going to be one of the best passers. He's going to still be one of the highest scorers, and I think that this team is going to win games, and I think he will be back on the All NBA team. And I do think that with him have Anthony Davis and a lot of time off, he might have a great season, and hopefully he can get back to the defensive way that he used to be because they're gonna need him if they want to win 50 plus games in the West. They're gonna need him to be able to play defense and really give a lot of commitment, no half-hearted attempts from him. And he got to lead by example. This is his team. He came to LA, and him going to LA helped them get AD. And now the expectation is they want them to go to the finals, and people feel like they're the best team in the NBA. So if it ain't Clippers, people have the Lakers second or third. With those type of expectations, he's been able to live up to it, and I don't see why he can't this year. But the thing is about it, like I said with everybody else, we have to see it. And I didn't see him missing the playoffs last year. I didn't see him getting injured, and it happened. And it could happen this year. We never know. That's why we play the regular season, and that's why we got to see the whole thing out. But LeBron is LeBron. Even if he's 75% LeBron, that's still gonna be better than everybody on this list besides Kawhi Leonard, who is number one. I think him getting healthy, him getting the experience, him being able to play every playoff game was huge for him. And the fact that he came to play and when they needed him, he went out there and took over. He got the stops, he made the plays, he literally did whatever he could to help this team, well, the Raptors win a championship. Now he gets a little easier because you got Lou Williams that can handle the ball and score. You got Montrez, you got Paul George who can handle the ball and score. And you have his ability to do the same thing, but he's a knockdown shooter when left open. So I think he's going to get better energy because he's going to defend it hard, but he ain't got to work as hard offensively like he did in Toronto. And that's because they got so many weapons and he got support on the perimeter with other great defenders. So I would pick Kawhi Leonard to win MVP because I think the record is going to be there, the defense is going to be there, the scoring is going to be there, and that gives him a huge chance of being MVP. But I can say now he is the best small forward in the world. I would have put KD first if I had to be honest, the way he was playing in the playoffs. But Kawhi Leonard got it. It's his spot. It's his time. He won the title. Everybody's saying that, if it wasn't for Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson getting injured, they wouldn't even have won the championship. And I think that him going to the Clippers give him a good chance of making it to the finals. And he has shown that when he gets to the finals, he performs. And if that's the case, honestly and truthfully, he has no doubt. He won without Popovich. He was able to, dominate and carry a team in the playoffs. He was able to average 30. He was able to get a Finals MVP without Popovich. And now it's just about continuing building your own brand, building your own legacy. And being in LA is going to help that. Being on TV more is going to help that. And having a guy like Paul George and a great coach is going to help his job be smoother. So this should be Kawhi Leonard's year. He already took over and surprised us because nobody had the Raptors going to the finals. But what I will say, everybody has the Clipper number one mostly. So let's see if he can live up to that hype and let's see if he can win a championship with no excuses. And if he does that, we done. We have nothing to say. He done did everything. It's just about continuing to be great and continuing to build your legacy. And if he wins another championship, he's going to be one of the best players ever. And even if he don't, they got a great chance of giving him an MVP and Defensive Player of the Year again. So we will have to find out. But if he does win that title, it's going to be huge. And it puts him with 3 with LeBron. And that's something that KD almost did, but he didn't. But Kawhi Leonard has that chance this year, and we're going to see if he take full advantage of it and take advantage of that opportunity. But with playing with a team like this and a coach like this, you got to go out there and get it done. And we're going to see if he does that. Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis, I'm gone. And let me know who your top 5 is. I read every comment. And let me know, is LeBron better? Should KD be on this list? Will he be number 1 if he was healthy? Or do you think the Warriors is going to beat them? Or do you think the Raptors is going to win all alone? And if you think whatever you think, let me know in the comment section below. Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis, I'm gone. Like this video, check out my older videos on my channel. I have many playlists. I break down rookies. I break down players. I break down summer league. I do cover the draft, and I got a mock draft up already. Not only that, I do podcasts, and I also talk about the game of basketball, whether it comes to summer league, free agency, trade deadline, buyouts, and also I cover top 10 discussions and stuff like that. So you like this type of video, you like the NBA, check out my older videos and my playlists. I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching.